everybody for coming out here this morning to celebrate our newest open space area and beautiful trailhead here at the Route 66. So thank you all for coming. I did want to mention to media, we have had a couple of different questions about the new fiber optic rules. So we are going to do some sound with Mayor right after this press conference. If you're interested, let me know. But we're going to kick things off today with Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller.
All right, good morning. This is really a special occasion. And I know for the folks that are here, you all kind of know how special this is. But I just want to tell you, before we get into all the different speakers we're going to have in the actual project, you know, we've been talking about this ever since I started, ever since I was a state legislator, and we know things take time in the city. And we normally talk about all our challenges like crime and homelessness and all this. But you know what else takes time? Is developing good open space property. Purchasing it, working with the community to do it in step with the community, setting it up so that it works. And so this one is a long time in the making, going back to 2010. But it is now finally officially opening. And so I'm going to kick things off just by introducing, I think, just some general perspective around this project. And first, I can't help but acknowledge for those of us who lived here a while, myself born and raised, you know, this was a preeminent high school party place. Let's just be honest. Beavertown is legendary for anyone I'd say he was probably born from 1968 to 1985 or something in that range. There are lots of good memories out here. So, but of course, like, we want it to be for folks from all generations, not just high schoolers. But we also know that, you know, once upon a time, of course, there was a very kind of tacky, kitschy, you know, socially inappropriate amusement park here. That's why it's called Beavertown. And it was, you know, one of those, you'd shoot a little BB gun at different things, it was pretty short-lived. But it was part of the Route 66 kind of lore at the time in that era. And I mention that because also it is the 100th anniversary of Route 66. And we're literally kicking that off in just a few weeks. And so when I talk about the timing of this project, it's also so important and so powerful because this is going to be here for the Route 66 anniversary and be open to everyone who comes. So well done, Open Space and Parks and Rec. If you had to hit a deadline, it was today and this year. So, of course, we know this is also part of a broader access point to the Manzano, Four Hills, Tijeras Biozone Trail System. Another thing that has been in the works for a long time, and of course is part of our work with the county in the East Mountains and Tijeras. And, you know, in different ways, I know a lot of us have been on this sort of route, but it goes that way, and it's awesome. And there's cottonwoods, and there's often water flowing in the stream. And it is as spectacular as any of our open space throughout the city or the East Mountains. And so we're wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to be able now to say it's just fully open to the public. And so there's many more improvements to come down on that side, but this is sort of that official trailhead that we're opening, and we're very excited so that folks can see this place, enjoy this place. Also, there's equestrian parking, so for our horse lovers, I know actually I hear often the city hasn't done anything for horses and equestrian folks in a long time. And that's true until today. And now we have drastically increased our space for folks with horses. And of course, shaded picnic areas, a critical piece, and some interpretive signage so that we can learn about this area, which is of course also tied in historically, and we're going to hear a little bit more about this, to an incredible community of Carnuel and the Genesaro story, and how much that is a part of who we are in our community, even between Tijeras and Albuquerque. And as an interesting footnote, you know, I happen to be an Eagle Scout. I'm not saying that to brag or anything, but my Eagle Scout project was to learn about the Genesaros and work on some of the old sites there. And so again, just a really fun personal connection for me to be here today with you, joining all of these pieces of this piece of land together. Now, I will close with this. This is also very important with what's respect to happening nationally. And that is not a partisan comment. In fact, we saw just in the last few days, folks from both parties decide that maybe public lands are important and we should keep them. So thank goodness, actually, they did that. But I also know that we made that decision a long time ago. And we reaffirmed it a month ago through executive order with a host of actions that I took unilaterally to protect our public lands from any kind of adverse federalization. And that step essentially was preemptive for what was about to happen and now looks like won't happen. But I just want to let folks know that we will fight for our public lands in Albuquerque and defend them no matter what. So with more on this project, of course, the woman who runs all of this and is behind every detail, but also the vision for it, our superintendent of open space, Colleen Langan-McRoberts.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for all your support for open space. It is deeply appreciated, and we have been able to do a lot of things under his leadership. I just can't tell you how pleased I am to be here celebrating this momentous moment. It took a lot of work and wonderful collaborations to get here. I grew up in Albuquerque, and I did not know about the significance of this area. But for the past 17 years, I've had the privilege to work in this area, and I have learned about the rich and layered history and beautiful culture of this area. And I hope that this project will enlighten others as it did for me, other youth and residents of Albuquerque. We are here to celebrate two different initiatives, but they are both related. One is the opening of this property, Route 66 Open Space, and the other is the Tijeras Creek Cultural Corridor, a project that we've been working on since 2022. And it's a really important project because it tells the story of this area, and in order for us to do that, we couldn't just do that with only the areas that the city manages. It needed to be a multi-jurisdictional initiative, working with our partners further east, and that is exactly what we've done. In addition to the City of Albuquerque, the Open Space Division, and Family and Community Services, we were also able to work with the Canyon de Carnuel Land Grant, Bernalillo County, and the Village of Tijeras. In addition to those entities, we worked with many other organizations, including the East Mountain Historical Society, UNM, Ciudad Soil and Water Conservation District, and many others, many contractors and other people who are here today. It truly took a community to make all this happen, and it is here to serve our community. So it's just a really great privilege to work with all of the people that worked on this and to now have it available to the public. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Superintendent. And now we want to kind of take a journey through forms of governments and cultures that have been involved with this, and we're going to start in reverse order with really the oldest, at least other than the original Tijeras communities. So we want to hear from two folks from the Carnuel Land Grant. And so JJ and Moises are here. Come on up, and they're going to really speak to the cultural significance of this area. So please welcome them.
Hello, thank you for having us here. My name is JJ Herrera. I'm the president of the Cañón de Carnuel Land Grant. This project was super important to us because it does tell the history of the area. Some of our own people were very surprised to read some of the history that they didn't even know about. So that's why it's so important. And people ask where I'm from. Now I can give them a little bit of a map and a little bit of a story. So that is so great. And we thank you all for coming, and we thank the City of Albuquerque, Mayor Keller, for this project. And I hope it's utilized by everybody and can enjoy it.
My name is Moises Gonzalez. I'm Vice President of the Land Grant. This project, all these projects are very important because of the significance of our relationship. As the mayor mentioned about not many people know about who the Genizaros were. So in 1763, the original land grant was established in Cañón de Carnuet to be a buffer between the Apacheria. If you look at this mountain to the south, that's basically the territory of the Mescaleros, all the way, historic territory, all the way to Juarez. From basically Las Vegas, New Mexico, up to the mountains here was the Jicarilla territory. And if you look, the great Comancheria was basically to Edgewood all the way to Oklahoma and into Texas and down to northern Mexico. So this place was set up, by basically the descendants of those folks that were settled out here to form a land grant. The first land grant was actually eventually had to be abandoned by raids, and then in 1819 there was a second land grant that was established with the descendants of the original grantees and added more to that settlement. So we've been the proud protectors of Albuquerque for that period, right? We've evolved. In terms of our trade with the Comanches in the 1800s, continued. On buffalo hunters, we're known as the Comancheros, buffalo hunters. We have a rich danzante culture in our community with the Matachines and the Comanchitos now. And so if you look at it, the reason this land's so important because our original land grant, if you look at Supper Rock, you could see it. It's a small pocket of open space down to about Kirtland. That was our western boundary of the land grant. So we are very proud to participate with the City of Albuquerque Open Space, the mayor, also with our county commissioner, was Eric Olivas, has been very providing strong leadership from the county, and also the village of Tijeras. We couldn't have done, the partnership with the village of Tijeras is very important. So it's important collaboration, and thank you all.
Thank you so much, President and Professor. And if you haven't seen the PBS special, by the way, on the Genizaros in this story, it's just incredible. And I just also want to touch on, a lot of folks hear us talk about the city at the crossroads, and we all think Route 66 and all that. That was the original crossroads story. It was a trading route, and it was highly sought after by a lot of communities, which is why you have that history there. And so a wonderful reflection on the city at the crossroads and its origin story. So now let's fast forward a little bit to our county commission, because of course Bernalillo County has its own interesting boundaries, but includes all of this project. And as was mentioned, our county commissioner was able to help in a lot of ways on this, including $800,000, which we very much appreciate. And he's representing East Mountain today. Let's bring up Commissioner Eric Olivas.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, to Councilor Grout, the Village of Tijeras, and the Carnuet Land Grant. We have so many wonderful partners here, and that's really what I've learned through this project and this initiative. Gotten to know some amazing people, some amazing stories, the history of this area, and what that means for the culture of our entire city, our entire state and community. It's just been an incredible journey and education for me in my role as a county commissioner. And I'm just humbled to be able to be here and support the efforts of leaders like Mayor Keller and Councilor Grout, who have pushed forward this specific initiative. But we are working in our own right as you go east in the canyon to improve the entire cultural corridor. Not only is there this incredible cultural and historic significance, but it's also geologically significant, right? You think about the Tijeras Arroyo and what that meant to those communities, and the geology of the Sandia Mountains and the Manzano Mountains where they come together and meet in this canyon. So I think it's just an incredibly significant corridor. So at the county, we have some of our staff here. We're working to do our part as you go east to improve things like Los Vecinos Community Center and the Tijeras Creek in that area, Carlito Springs. The county has a significant interest in this project, and so we just want to support this and continue to build out this corridor. And as the mayor mentioned, I'm really proud to have successfully sponsored an amendment to our GO bond, which we all approved, to allocate $800,000 for the next phase of this project, the Tijeras Biozone Visitor Center. So thank you very much. Just very proud to support this project and support all of the wonderful leaders here, and of course the wonderful, amazing staff and the contractors that actually made this happen. I think this is just a first step in an incredible project to really make this corridor vibrant and recognize the beautiful history and geology of this. So thank you very much, everyone.
And his partner on this project for our city council has really continued this work. You know, I remember learning about some of the origin of this even in 2010 with former councilor Don Harris. And we're so fortunate that City Councilor Renee Grout has picked up that ball, and she continues to run with it. She even put in $200,000 of her own set-asides, which we very much appreciate. So please bring up the City Councilor for this entire area and this project, Councilor Grout.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm really excited to be here. I am most excited about the collaboration between all of the communities. It's wonderful to see people come together. We have so much history here, so much culture, and it's just right outside our door. Who knew that we're in the city, but we're 5 minutes away from being an oasis. It's kind of fun. I'm excited to be here for everybody to have the opportunity to enjoy this wonderful space. This network of trails is great for anyone of any hiking ability. We have the next, besides the parking lot here, we have some trails that the open space and all of our volunteers and have been working on, and we'll be talking about that next week, in a couple of weeks. But everybody's going to get to enjoy it. It doesn't matter what your abilities are, and that's what's important, that everybody can enjoy it. This space is just over half a mile from Central and Tramway, but once you get to the trailhead, you're in a different place. I love our open space program. I will always support it. I am happy to say that I sponsored the 1% increase to increase that opportunity for us when that happens. Open space is important, and I think that sometimes we take for granted how important it is to us for our health and our well-being. Let's see here. I was proud to contribute $215,000 from GO bonds set aside to make this happen. Picnic tables, shade structures, benches, trash cans. These spaces are all welcoming, and they'll be restful for the hikers, whether they're preparing for that hike or coming back from that beautiful open space. You know, when you go down into the arroyo, it's like going into a different world. It's very, very special. I'd also like to remind everybody that, you know, it's fire season, and it's important that we care for our trails. Having people out there and enjoying the open space, it actually puts extra eyes on the open space. So if you do see somebody that's not doing something that they should, call 311 if you see fire or smoke. But if you see somebody doing something that is not appropriate, call 242 cops. We've got to take care of it. It's up to all of us to do that. I want to thank the many volunteers that have been cleaning up this area, from Tijeras all the way down to Singing Arrow Community Center. It takes a village to make this place happen, and I want to thank everybody that's been here, the leaders especially. It's just been a pleasure to work with everybody and see it happen. So thank you for being here today.
Thanks, Councilor. And moving just up the arroyo a little bit. Let's now hear. I think Councilor Ortiz is here. I saw him from Tijeras. Yeah, Councilor, come on up.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, good to see you. Hello, good morning. My name is Jonathan Ortiz, and I'm a councilman from the village of Tijeras. And the village of Tijeras is very excited for this project and all the open spaces that the county, city, and the village have been acquiring. In the village, we just acquired 32 acres about 4 months ago that we plan on opening up soon for the general public. We also opened up our pocket park there in the village of Tijeras that has a splash pad for the youth and families to go out and enjoy. So we're very excited for all of these agencies and municipalities working together to acquire open space, and we want to thank the City of Albuquerque, the Bernalillo County, and the Cañón de Carnuel land grant, and thank you guys very much.
That is great to hear about the splash pad. As a dad of kids who love splash pads, like, we're there, maybe even this weekend. So let's see. Now, I think we're going to wrap up our remarks now with our Parks and Rec director, who's had a vision for expanding open space since really even before he got this job. But I just want to highlight one thing he told me when he started. He said our city has 3 great kind of open space epicenters, the foothills, the bosque, and the petroglyphs. And we're on the cusp of a 4th in Tijeras Canyon. And so I never forgot that. He said that before he even got the job. And really he is delivering on that, especially today. So our Parks and Rec director, Dave Simon, there he is.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor. It has obviously been acknowledged, but I think this mayor has been the strongest supporter of parks and open space in the history of our city. So thank you very much, Mayor Gillen. And it takes all the partners, though, to do that. All of our elected leadership and our municipal leaders and volunteers and nonprofit organizations to make this all happen. And in addition to the county, the city, the county, the village, and the land grant, I also want to just recognize the important role that Tijeras Creek Watershed Collaborative, the East Mountain Historical Society, the Ciudad Soil and Water Conservation District. We had partnership in this project from the University of New Mexico, Mallory Center for Community Geography, and also from key consultants in the project who deserve a shout out, who helped us design and build the project. So that included Consensus Planning, who are represented here by a couple guys in hats over there, and also Franklin's Construction, which did a heck of a lot of dirt moving here to make this beautiful facility for the public. So for the rest of these partners, please give them a round of applause too. And I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize all the public servants who work for you, work for the public, our open space division staff, Parks and Rec staff, county staff, and others. In addition, we have our a lot of our APD conservation officers here today. So to all the staff and hardworking public servants, please, thank you so much. You really helped deliver this and protect it, every day going forward. And so really from, and all those people's efforts spent $1 million here. So that's a lot. That's a 7-figure project. And, our city is doing big things. The dollars don't always, represent the scope. But when you get into a 7-figure project, you're doing a pretty big project in our community. And so from this sort of short-lived roadside attraction that was here for a couple of years now to this vibrant open space destination, this site's really undergone a thoughtful transition and transformation that could not have happened with all of these good people sharing a common vision and putting a lot of energy. And this project, though, that's why I think it represents so much more than trail access. It really reflects years of vision and collaboration and respect for the land. But, it does mean trails also, with a capital T. So right now, this Route 66 trailhead represents a portal. It's a doorway to this phenomenal trail system that exists and we are developing in the Tijeras watershed and also in the Four Hills area. So right now, the trailhead accesses over 5 miles of trail right behind me. You can see portions of it on the slope over there. And eventually, I think we'll probably have 8 to 10 miles of trail just in this area. And of course, the vision really is to have a trail system that goes north and south, but also east and west, because the Tijeras Arroyo Biozone extends all the way to the east past to the original land grant site right there on the east, which is sort of the fringe of those trees down there. And to the west, you can almost see it, but the Tijeras Arroyo Biozone kind of concludes at the Wantabo Hills Park, which is just at the toe of the small mesa there to the west. And you can almost see the slides, Counselor, from here. And eventually, the trail system there is going to be phenomenal and serve equestrians and pedestrians of all ages. But right now, it's pretty darn good, and it's going to get better. So I would say, you know, in time for the Route 66 Centennials, the mayor said, it's a great opportunity. I don't know if we've got a helipad built in here yet, but it's a flyover. Thank you, Kirtland. But you know, it's often said about the mother road of Route 66. You know, you get your kicks on Route 66, right? Well, right now and starting from this day, you can get your hikes on Route 66. So we're going to welcome thousands of visitors who are going to be coming to our area over the course of the next 12 to 18 months, and this is going to be a great stop for them. The city now owns 617 contiguous acres that you can touch from this spot, and over 800 acres within the Tijeras Arroyo Biozone. That is a phenomenal number, and we just got to keep steadily working at it, and we'll achieve the vision of this protected corridor along the arroyo. But right now, you can walk from here to Councilor Grout's house. So I hope there's some lemonade waiting for people. Okay, great. So and that's the point. We want everybody to come out and experience what we're offering here now, the new Route 66 Trailhead and the Biozone, and learn something new, take in everything that these multi-jurisdictional partners are offering. You know, this zone, the cultural corridor starts at the Singing Arrow Community Center. There's an archaeological site there, and we now have wonderful interpretive exhibits in the community center and adjacent to the ARC site that I think you'll really want to see. And it goes all the way, as I said, to the future site of the Education Center and the Conway land grant site, almost to the land grant hall itself. Past that, you can also, as the Counselor said, visit these great sites in the village of Tijeras, and you can go there also and see these wonderful sites under the care of Bernalillo County there too. And every location features great educational signs, so go and see them, learn about the importance of each area. And a lot of it's captured in this great new brochure that you can carry with you, or if you prefer, you know, you can carry it all right here, right? And you can see cabq.gov/open space to get all the information on the cultural corridor. So again, thank you to everyone who has brought us to this day, all the great speakers and everyone who is involved in making this possible, from the contractors to the community groups. I just want to say that following this ceremony and a little ribbon cutting we're going to do here shortly, we have a special tour of this site that's going to be led by Jim Sattler, one of our actually Ronald is here. Roland Pantilla is here. He's an absolute fountain of wisdom, the fountain of wisdom on Little Beavertown, and Roland is going to lead a little walking tour here. One of the future additions we'll have coming very shortly is going to be a series of, I think, 7 more interpretive signs around this ADA accessible paved walking trail. But for today, Roland is your tour. So please, you know, take advantage of that immediately following the ceremony. And for those of you who actually want to go out and visit all these sites today, which you can do in a relatively short period of time, take a brochure with a map. And if you're back here by around noon or so, we've got a special prize for you. Just check in at the open space table, and you know, or take your time and get it done with your family and over a little bit more time. But please remember, as you visit these special places and travel the trails, tread lightly, show the respect and care for the land that generations of New Mexicans and those who came well before us showed to these places so that everybody can enjoy them today and in future generations. Thank you so much for being here today, and shall we make it official, Mayor?
Yeah. Tell us where to go. Where do you want us? Oh, you want us to do it up here? Yeah. Okay, actually, you guys stay. Well, whoever, we want to invite everyone. I was going to say stay in the shade, but that's not going to work because the cameras are right there. So come on up right here. All are invited. Our Open Space Advisory Board, round of applause for them. Forgot to mention them. Parks and Rec Advisory Board, thank you. Certainly Parks and Rec and Open Space staff. Might as well come on up. Whoever else is interested. It's a team effort here.
Anyone who wants to be a part of it?
Hey.
Did they let you know, Diane, that we'd like to do the new chair?
Where's our professor and JJ? All right, we'll wait for a few more folks gather around. Go ahead and scoot around and come on.
No one will see me.
Once every 1,000 years.
Exactly. All right, so on three. 1, 2, 3. All right.